Today, I am excited to talk to you about how to restore your energy through the practice of meditation. My name is Sura. I'm a meditation coach and trainer, founder of Suraflow, which is an effortless approach, an energy-based approach to meditation. Through this incredible practice, we can cultivate our chi. Meditation is a practice of observing our thoughts and our breath, but we also have access to this unlimited reservoir of energy, what some people call divine intelligence, consciousness. And if we're aware of this, we can consciously tap into it through our own practice. So I'm very happy that you're here to learn about energy and meditation. Let's start with a few minutes of just centering and breathing before we get started. I have 3 ways that meditation helps to restore your energy to share with you. And we'll begin with just coming to this present moment fully. And one thing you can do as you close your eyes, begin to tune in and take a few easy breaths, is allow all the energy to flow into this present moment, just allowing your attention, your energy to flow into your body, into this very moment. So if your energy, your attention was in different places, you're just consciously gathering it here into this moment. If it helps you, you can ground. Imagine grounding your life force energy into the earth. Just like a grounding cord dropping an anchor or a tree trunk with roots deep into the earth. And as you become centered and quiet, notice the shift in energy. What is the quality, the shift in energy you experience when you sit to meditate? Simply observing and appreciating the shift in energy. Perhaps it may be more still and settled. Coherent. Aligned. Just letting yourself be aware of the energy of meditation. Blessings. Namaste for that short, simple energy practice. The way meditation helps us to restore our energy is that it allows us to be in what some people call vibration, frequency, consciousness. So it's a level, a quality of energy that internally you begin to experience as you learn how to become more balanced, centered, self-aware. And the way I describe this is that, have you ever experienced being in deep meditation? What is that like? It feels like you're free. It feels light and buoyant. And those little pulls, those tensions on your system, they just release, right? Whenever we feel this tension of pushing and pulling and striving and making them forcing, and it's that type of energy that kind of keeps us contracted. It keeps us more in the survival part of the brain. And when we drop in really deep, you'll notice that all of that just goes away, and your body starts to go into a different mode as well, a different physical mode, which is called the parasympathetic nervous system, where you can rest and digest. So when the brain waves begin to slow down and the mind begins to quiet, then our energy begins to build, and we can build our energy as we age as well. So you can build your energy and slow down the effects of aging and dis-ease through the practice of meditation. So the first way that meditation helps to restore your energy is that it quiets your mind. So our mind is the initial cause, I would say, of stress. So it's the way that we think, our thoughts, the way we perceive life, and that includes our beliefs. So if we think something or someone is attacking us or we're a victim, that is going to cause us a lot more stress. If we feel like life is doing us a number, we feel overwhelmed, that will cause stress and the whole process of stress through our physical body. So it's very important that during the day you have time to quiet your mind. So some people see as, I can just go to sleep and then my mind shuts off. And that's actually not true. You actually take all that stress with you into your sleep. So when you have restfulness of your mind and you start to quiet down and bring still the energy of the mind, that also helps you have better sleep at night, because now you're not having to process and take with you all the stress. So having that quiet, rejuvenating space in the day where you can learn how to shift gears and make your mindset less stressful. So the more we meditate and go into a place of observation of our own thoughts without judgment, the more we're able to manage the content of our mind, manage the way that we think and how we think, the way we think. So this is really vital, that your mindset, if you have a stressful, anxious mindset, that is going to affect you for the rest of your life. And meditation is an opportunity to shift that way of thinking that causes more stress, more unnecessary stress. So learning how to see things in a positive way as a learning experience and opportunity is vital to your well-being. Just learning how to shift things around from things happening to you to what can I do? This is a learning opportunity. So that's the first way. The second way is that meditation helps you to process your emotions. We go through experiences all day long. It's amazing. I see, we cram our day full of stuff, right? We have busy schedules, full lives. It seems like there's just a plethora of things to do and get done and be responsible for. And we don't really take the time to feel all the exchanges that we've had throughout the day. When somebody says something and it throws you way off base, we don't really take pause and say, wow, I feel like completely off balance now. after that and take time to restore yourself back to balance. So if you're scheduling your day really tightly back to back to back to back, and you don't give yourself time to transition or process and release past emotional experiences, good and bad, sometimes we have really just intense experiences, then it accumulates on our nervous system. That just gets stored for later somewhere in our cells, where we just say, okay, that was weird. Now I'm just going to press it down into my kidney and let it sit there until I'm ready to deal with it, right? So just having spaciousness in your day and acknowledging when you've gone through something hard or you feel really spent or drained, and taking time to just lie down and breathe, or maybe take a nap or meditate, going into that restful state of being, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more, how to initiate the relaxation response. So that's the second way, because when we don't take time to process our emotions build up and cause anxiety. And anxiety is like a symptom. It's the lid that we hold tight because we don't want to feel all of the emotional stuff that's really going on inside of our body, inside our psyche. So it kind of is just like this very subtle tension that's always there, and that depletes our energy. So stressful thoughts, unprocessed emotions, they drain our energy. And it happens in the background. It's not even something we're consciously aware of. They just cause a drain. And there might be relationships in your life or people in your life, experiences that are just constantly causing that drain. So it's really up to you to think about really for yourself. Don't ask anybody else. Think about and meditate for yourself. What kind of energy is this bringing into my life? If somebody is constantly bringing in a level of drama and stress into your life, you need to look at that. It means that there's a boundary that needs to be expressed, a change in action, a change in agreement. And those are things that you need to look very clearly at. So, think of it as creating seals in your aura, because our aura, which is this biofield around us, that is, how we contain and circulate our own chi through this energy space that is our aura. And sometimes we have these big holes and we have big plugs that plug into other people, and there's a constant emotional exchange happening. There's another subtle level of communication happening, oftentimes through the solar plexus. That's where we hold a ton of tension, and it gets all wrapped up in there, and that drains your energy. So think about if you're holding your hand in a fist continually, like how much energy and tension and muscle that takes. So what we're looking to do through meditation is truly learn how to release, relax, and flow. Those are some of the basic steps: is release, relax, and flow your chi. And we'll practice a little bit at the end. Okay, so the third way that meditation helps to restore your energy is by helping you release past traumatic events. So similar to number 2, but if you have PTSD, and I really think a lot of us do suffer from chronic stress and fatigue, especially now with what's happened with the pandemic and the after effects of the pandemic and the lockdown. A lot of us are feeling that adrenal fatigue, compassion fatigue, just fatigue of having to maintain a certain lifestyle that didn't feel natural or free. So that's really important, is to address, I feel tired. I feel kind of like blah. When we have these feelings, it means that we've accumulated a quality of energy into our system, and that quality of energy needs to be released, grounded out. So think of it as like, you go from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, and then it's like you kind of carry, remember that character in Peanuts, where there's a cloud over his head, and it's like you kind of have a quality of energy, and it just starts to accumulate, that cloud, that dark cloud. And you want to be aware of the dark cloud because it depresses your mood, it depresses your energy, and it can happen through different ways. It can happen through experiences, exchanges with others, where people can put energy into your space and make you sort of feel a certain way, and you want to be consciously releasing those old energetic patterns from past experiences that affect your present moment. So taking time to release the past energy that affects our present moment, because when we're really clear and attuned and connected to this moment, we feel present. It's easier to feel lighter and feel that deeper, peaceful joy that's there, like that we know is here all the time, that we can tap into and access through meditation. So it helps us to release these old experiences. It's been shown that meditation does help with PTSD. So if you suffer from, and we all do, we've all had wounding, we've all had some hard experiences through COVID, right? So this is a wonderful way. So lastly, what happens is that meditation, and I guess you could say this is the fourth way, meditation heals our energy. So again, noticing what happens when we go into the state of meditation, we start to feel more balanced and centered. We're aware of where we're placing our attention, and where our attention goes, our energy flows. So meditation is a healing opportunity. It creates coherence through the mind and the heart, and it helps activate a state of peace and compassion. And most importantly, compassion towards ourselves. So when we come into a state of self-awareness, self-love, and self-care, and we realize, I'm a very important part of the whole. And if I'm not taking care of my energy, then who is? Who's looking out for your energy? You are the steward of your own life force energy. And when you learn how to be kinder to yourself, meaning, having less harsh thoughts. I think we live in a culture where we're always beating ourselves up for one thing or another. It's like self-beratement, even about our meditation practice. It's easy to go into a state of judgment. I didn't do that good enough, or I don't know how to meditate, or, just having these negative, subtle thoughts about ourselves continually throughout the day, negative, subtle thoughts about other people. It does drain our energy. So the more that you can start to cultivate a more compassionate state of mind, the easier it gets. You find that it's easier to flow your energy, to feel relaxed, to feel free, because it's really that harsh, judgmental mindset that causes a lot of stress and energy pull. So as we close, I just want you to be aware of what pulls your energy, what causes your energy to feel tense, contracted, depleted, and it could be anything. And we don't blame the trigger that caused it. You just are noticing, okay, this is causing me to tighten up. This is causing me some anxiety. And it's really important to be aware and raise our self-awareness to see if we need to create a new belief and take a new action or express a healthy boundary. Meditation helps to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, and a simple way to say that is the relaxation response. So some people, they go into meditation and they have such a hard time sitting there and being still because they have so much stress and agitation, right? So they have a lot of people avoid their whole life, running around from this to that, because they just feel so agitated, so restless, so uneasy, and they don't feel well. So it's like the way we deal with that on an unconscious level in our society is we go from this to that. We kind of move horizontally and just try to fill up the space with something else other than feeling the dis-ease, right? Because when we sit in meditation, it's an opportunity to feel what we really feel. And most of us don't feel that good generally. Like when we go to sit down, we're like, wow, okay, pain. I feel pain and tension, and I don't feel great sitting still like this. So that's why we can avoid meditation, or we bring all that stuff with us into meditation that causes our whole meditation to be mental and to be agitated. And so it takes a long time. Did you notice? For those of you who are more experienced, it takes 30 minutes just to breathe, right? It takes 30 minutes just to take one breath that feels totally relaxed. And then now you've got to go on for your day because you've got to pay the bills and you got to get to work and you got to take care of your dog or your kid. So think about that, that we have all this agitation and restlessness, and now we try to sit in meditation with that. So in the approach that I'm teaching with energy, you first address that, what you feel first, by releasing it. So you're doing conscious releasing and relaxing right from the beginning. And I highly suggest for most people, I know that many of you here are advanced practitioners or more serious, but even if it's just lying down, that's better than, nothing. Just lying down and being with yourself for 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day it's so helpful. So it doesn't have to be a struggle. And you want to start with that release of the pent up tense energy. And the way I like to do that is you just imagine through that grounding to release any old or stagnant energy, any tension or activity or people that you're holding on to in your mind, and you just consciously let it go. And as you do that, you feel it. And that is also a way to activate the relaxation response, which tells your body it's safe to rest and let go. So it starts to activate your process of elimination, right? So elimination in any way, like any of the toxins that you're holding, it's allowing your body now to eliminate those toxins and return to balance, homeostasis. So if you don't know the practice of relaxation, that's something that's really important to get on board with before practicing meditation, learning how to relax the mind and the body. And then as you do that, it shifts your brainwave state. So many of us are in beta brainwave state, which is that thinking state. And as you begin to go into deeper and deeper brainwave states, like the theta state, your body goes into a state of healing. So it starts to naturally go into a state of healing. Have any of you practiced restorative yoga or yoga nidra? If you've been in those very deep states, almost like a hypnotic, very deep brainwave state, you can feel just the level of energy and reset. You kind of go into this void-like space where you start to clear a lot of the negative imprints and clear the energy off your nervous system. And so when you come out of that state, you feel very rejuvenated. You feel different. You feel like put back together again, right? Like somebody just put you back together whole again. So these kind of practices are very important. And there are different types of brainwave states. I'm not going to go into it, but because there's other levels you can go into through meditation. And the point being that by activating the relaxation response, you're activating the healing response in your body and your mind. And that helps you to restore your energy. So everybody, if you want to feel better, one of the most important things to do is to rest and relax and get a lot of good sleep. Let yourself have good sleep. That is so important. I think sleep is more important than meditation. If you are sleep deprived, you are not going to have a good sitting practice. You are going to be struggling and you're going to be working against the natural energy flow of what your body truly needs. So go for sleep before meditation. Don't feel guilty if you're like, I need a 30-minute nap instead of a 30-minute meditation practice. Or maybe you're an advanced meditator and you know how to go into a state of meditation that is like a nap, right? So you know how to stay in the state between waking and sleeping. So if you are somebody who can do that, go ahead and do that, or go ahead and take a real nap that's going to rejuvenate your energy so that you can be present for meditation and receive the benefit of meditation.